What's up, faders? It's your boy Johnny here, and before we start the show, I would like to say that Got Faded Japan is changing. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not changing, our theme, two dudes, booze, Japan in the news. We know you love the news, and we're going to continue with that, of course. However, we want to do something different from time to time. And basically what we want to do is we want to interview cool people who are doing awesome things here in Japan. So if you or anybody you know is doing something really awesome in Japan, and maybe that's a hobby or a job, or you're starting a company or whatever, contact Got Faded Japan at Instagram. Go to our Instagram and just send us a message, and we'd love to have you on the show because there's nothing more awesome than hanging out with cool people who are doing awesome things here in Japan. So yes, definitely contact us, and we'll definitely see you soon. All right, without further ado, enjoy the show.
Got Faded Japan!
I'm all about my business, but I ain't got no briefcase. Yeah, all I got's some whiskey. Open now the whiskey, bring it to you. Yeah, I'm leaning up against the door, and my feet set to the floor, and we're messing on and go. Yeah, I've been in before. I'm a broken man, needing immediate lands. I'm all about my business.
What's up, faders? Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. Welcome to episode number 777. Yep, that's right, episode number 777. It's a lucky episode, so I think I am lucky to be fading with you. Now, faders, generally I drink alcohol on this podcast. It is technically a drinking podcast, but it's kind of early in the day. It's, actually, no, it's not. It's like 2 p.m. It's drinking time. But nevertheless, I am drinking coffee today. So I'm enjoying a fine, very strong cup of hot coffee. And it's raining outside in beautiful Tokyo. So yeah, it's the perfect day to stay inside and hang out with your homies online. Hello. So, faders, oh yeah. First off, I really want to thank everybody that signed up for the Patreon and who has been supporting the show on Patreon. You guys are legends. Thank you so much. You kept us alive during the pandemic, and you're really helping the show out now. We're trying to upgrade our equipment with better cameras, better equipment, better lighting, and so on, and make the show a little bit more portable so we can go out and about in the city. So if you sign up for the Patreon, that gets us closer to our goal. What is our goal? Regarding monetary units, I have no idea. I don't know anything about cameras anymore. I'm old school. I remember when you had the film, you popped it in the camera and you wound it all up and all that stuff. Yeah, long time ago. But anyway, so I'm going to have to study about that stuff or whatever, but I'm not going to do that until we start getting like funds coming in. So anyway, if you do want to support the show and help us achieve our mission, that would be fantastic. Another way to support the show is to also go down to the SPILT ink. The SPILT ink down in the show notes down there. That's one of our sponsors. And yes, it's a beautiful artwork created by yours truly. One shirt, I think the shirt's almost sold out, is the Naka Brooklyn t-shirt that I designed. This is Naka Brooklyn. Why is it called Naka Brooklyn, Johnny? Because Nakameguro is very similar to Brooklyn. Before the pandemic, my wife and I used to go to Brooklyn quite often. We go there maybe once, twice a year. No, always once a year. Once a year, we'd go there, we'd hang out with friends and stuff in Williamsburg. And it was a lot of fun. Love Brooklyn so much. And I remember I was getting a haircut in Nakameguro, and I was sitting in the chair and I was looking out the window, and I just saw all these hip, trendy people walking by and stuff with like cool clothes and cool like hairdos or whatever. And I started looking down the street and I'm like, gosh, this is just like Brooklyn. It's just like Brooklyn. Nakameguro is just like Brooklyn. They should call it Naka Brooklyn. And I was like, oh oh my God, that's genius. And I wrote it down. Well, I typed it into my phone for notes so I wouldn't forget. And then when I came home, I started making Naka Brooklyn like t-shirts. And at first I was just copying designs and stuff and making funny little things with Corey Feldman. And that was great. But then I came up with this design right here. And if you look at this design, the concept is Naka Brooklyn is a cool and tough place. You know, it's cool, it's tough, you know, it's raw, but also we've got Meguro River. So if you get the shirt and you put your hand over here, you've got the river right here, Meguro River, and then you've got the cherry blossoms that come up like this. So if you like look at this, it just looks like, you know, Meguro River with the cherry blossoms. And it's like one of the most beautiful places on the planet to see cherry blossoms, right down the street. But if you take this off, you got the cool underground Nakameguro flavor. So yes, these shirts, I think they might be sold out, but there's tons of other stuff on the website. Go to the website, buy some shirts, buy some merchandise, and yeah, support the show, and that would be fantastic. Thank you very much for all the people who have done that. Faders, you rock. You're the best fans in the whole world. Now, without further ado, let's get into like, you know, what's been going on in Tokyo recently. Now, this is a hot topic for the locals here. When I go out and I talk to like, you know, local people and stuff, you know, I'm gonna go to bars, izakayas, parties, nightclubs, or whatever. You know, a lot of people bring up the tourist problem, and I don't know. Some people really dislike the tourists. Some people like the tourists and stuff. It's kind of case by case. It really depends. But I don't know. It's if you go out anywhere, you basically are going to talk about the tourists. Everybody brings up the tourists, like, oh God, I went to this place and I saw this tourist do this, or oh my God, did you read the news where these tourists were doing this? Oh my God, or you know, it's just like this situation that's happening. We've got a huge issue with tourism here in Japan, and there's good aspects to tourism and there's bad aspects to tourism, and it's not just Japan, it's all over the world. Wherever you go, there's good and bad regarding tourism. I mean, when I went to Amsterdam for the first time, holy smokes, you saw some insane tourists doing some crazy stuff there. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And yeah, and I've had my own issues with tourists. Let's see. I guess, okay, I said this on the show, I think maybe like 10 episodes ago. Me, Scotty, and a couple of friends were hanging out in front of our bar in Shibuya. And anyway, these guys walked down the street and they're staring at us, and then they started talking smack and they wanted to start a fight with us, right? And I must have said a couple of things. You know, I was a couple of drinks deep. Scotty from Creepdown, I mean, he was blacked out. He doesn't even remember this. But anyway, yeah, these guys tried to start a fight. And then I just put my beer down and I said, all right, guys, just chill out. And then I walked inside, and then I just got another drink inside just because I just thought it was best just to walk away from a bad situation. And to be honest, that is the right thing to do. Just walk away. Whenever there's a bad situation, whenever things kind of get to like a reddish level, not like red, not a code red level, but when things start to get kind of hot, just take the high road, walk away. Be peaceful, man. Peace is good, right? Fighting, bad, super bad. It escalates. Things get out of control. You know, people get really hurt. It's just not good. It's not good. And if you're visiting Japan, don't get involved in any kind of fight situation or something. Have a good time. You know. So that's one bad situation that happened. And then last week I had another situation that happened where I could not walk away. I couldn't walk away from this bad situation. Now, all right, here it is. I was in Ebisu and I was going to Odaiba, right, which is about it's like maybe 5-6 stops away, about that. Anyway, so I was on the platform and my train pulled up, and when the doors opened up, I just walked in and there's a seat right in front of me. So I walked in and I sat down, and as I sat down, I saw this lady running towards me, you know, and I looked up like this or whatever, and then she goes, oh, he took my seat. Oh, I shouldn't say it like that. Okay, I'm not going to say where this person's from, which country. But anyway, I don't want to give any hints or anything. I don't like saying bad things about countries. That's not my thing. It's not what got fitted Japan's about. But anyway, so she said with a huge voice, like she yelled, he took my seat, you know, like I took her seat or something. I didn't even know that was a thing in Japan. But anyway, this tourist, she said that I took her seat. And then I guess her boyfriend or some guy came up and stuff. And he's like, what? He took your seat. Oh, yeah, I get it again. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, this guy's like, what? He took your seat? And I'm like, what? I didn't take your seat. And then they started talking smack about me. You know, oh, this little fucking blah, blah. And they're saying, oh, they're yelling at me, right? And I'm just like, oh, my God, you know? And the thing is, I'm just like, what do I do in this situation? You know? And if I get up and I give her the seat for her to sit down and I just walk away, I mean, that's I didn't feel right doing that. I just me getting up and being like, oh, here, you take the seat. I mean, why should I give her the seat when I sat down and she was running up? And to be honest, she couldn't even fit in the seat, because I mean, I'm not a big guy or anything, but this girl was like really big. She was like maybe 3 times as big as me, right? She couldn't even fit in this. But anyway, she ran up to the seat right as I sat down. And then she said that I was laughing. He's laughing. Look at him. And it was like this thing. And I put in my headphones and I pushed play and I started listening to Billy Corgan's, which is called podcast. And I just turned up the volume and they were yelling. They were yelling and stuff. So, the Japanese trains, they're completely quiet. They're yelling. And then the guy's getting really angry and he's calling me all these names and stuff, right? And I just closed my eyes and then I'm just focusing on the podcast. I'm just like, zoning out, right? And the thing is, I'm thinking like, oh my God, what if this guy hits me? Like, I mean, they're really upset that I took this lady's seat, and I'm like, what do I do? And I was like, I just thought it's best if I just sit there. If I just sit there and ignore it, it's just going to go away, right? And the thing, it did go away. They got on the train. I think that, I don't know, but they got off at the next exit. The next exit. So for like one stop, they caused all this stuff, and then because like we went to was it Osaki, and then we went to that station, and they got out of the train, and then the whole train was quiet. Quiet. You couldn't hear anything. And I'm sitting there, and then I look up and I look around, and then some people were looking at me, not looking at me bad, but they're just like looking at me, just like what. Are those your friends? Or, I think everybody on the train who was Japanese, of course, was super confused at the situation. Maybe some people understood what they're talking about and obviously realized that these people are just insane tourists. But oh my God, it was a really weird situation. And I stood my ground without doing anything to escalate the situation. Closed my eyes, had my head down, listened to my podcast, not this podcast, but listen to a podcast while these guys were just going berserker, and just like yelling. Everybody on that train heard that these people were upset that I took their seat. I just saw a seat and I sat down. There's no rules, but anyway, so that's a second situation where I almost got in a fight. But the thing is, I wouldn't get in a fight. I would just walk away. I mean, if the guy hit me, well, there's CCTV all over the trains, and security these days, even though you can't see it in the stations or anything, security's pretty heavy, So yeah, don't start any trouble on the trains, whatever you do, because you're gonna get busted, And I don't want to say bad things about tourists or anything like that, because the thing is, I would say 90% of all the people that come to Japan are here to be very respectful and to be wonderful people and just enjoy Japan and enjoy the culture and meet people and maybe make friends and eat a lot of sushi and do that kind of stuff, right? And we're all tourists from time to time. So, I mean, there's nothing bad about being a tourist or anything like that, I guess. But the thing is just like, I mean, out of like 100% at this point, I think in Tokyo, maybe 10% are just out of their minds, absolutely out of their minds. I mean, things are getting kind of interesting here, and I think they're going to get even more interesting because I mean, it's just like recently, like Tokyo's been changing the laws, Kyoto's been changing the laws. There's certain areas where tourists can't go to anymore because of all the harassment, and in Tokyo, Shibuya, the clubbing party like area of like Tokyo, like Shibuya, you can't drink on the street anymore. So like if you like finish work and you want to have a couple of drinks with your colleagues, you can't just go on site and have a couple of beers. No, it's definitely frowned upon. You can't do that, right? And I've heard that they're trying to make, possibly this is in the air that all of Tokyo is going to be non-drinking in parks and in the street anymore and stuff like that. So there's talk about this stuff. There's talk about other laws that are coming up. And it's because of this 10%. This 10% of these just insane people coming to Japan, causing trouble, super incredible attitudes, just being not so good. And I don't want to point at any country because I think humans are just humans, out of like 100%, probably 10 kind of bad, right? So the thing is just like, it's just every different country, every different culture, there's people that come and stuff that just mess it up for everybody, So I don't know what we can do to kind of remedy this. We were talking about this and one of my friends said, like, what if we had like a pamphlet? You know, what if there's a pamphlet? Like any airplane that's coming to Japan, you got to read this pamphlet, and before you come into Japan, you got to take a test. Like, is it okay to do this? Is it okay to do that, or something? Like a very easy, true or false. Why should it be easy? But like kind of like a little test or something. But that would take too much time. I don't know. I don't know how to remedy to this. Maybe. Oh, wait a second. Maybe that's a good idea to a degree. Wait a second. There are so many people coming into Japan this year. There's going to be 70 million tourists coming into Tokyo, right? That's a huge number. So when you go to Narita or Haneda, you're going to wait in line. You're going to wait like maybe an hour in customs and an hour and geez, immigration or so. It's like a huge process. You're going to be there forever, right? So what if as you're waiting in line, for like that hour, you can't check your phone, you don't have internet service yet or whatever, no Wi-Fi. You're just sitting there and maybe they have TVs or monitors that are like all over the place that are basically kind of introducing the customs of Japan. Maybe they're introducing like nice customs, like, oh, in Japan we've got matcha. Matcha is a very delicious tea. It's very healthy. There's and so on. Maybe there's that, and then they say, oh yeah, by the way, please do not smoke on the street, or oh, by the way, when you're on the train, please don't touch people, or please don't take photos of schoolgirls, or maybe there should be like kind of like not rules, but like kind of like guidelines. So they show culture, and then they show what you shouldn't be doing in Japan, which is pretty much common sense if you ask me. But anyway, some people just don't have common sense. So maybe we need this. So as you're waiting for like 2-3 hours just to enter the country, maybe there's something like that. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm gonna have to write the congressman, like, hey, Mr. Congressman, I got a great idea for you. Support Coffee to Japan, please. Buy a T-shirt. Knock a Brooklyn in the house. Hoo hoo. I've never lived in Brooklyn, by the way. I just think it's an awesome part of the United States. Yeah, all right. Am I getting a message? Somebody send me a message. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, no messages. Okay, that's good. Thank goodness. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So, I don't want to have this episode be all about like knocking tourists and stuff because like I said before, we're all tourists sometimes. We're all tourists sometimes. It's impossible to not be a tourist, So it's just like be respectful when you are a tourist. Learn the culture, learn the rules, learn some of the language, and then just enjoy the culture and just enjoy yourself and be respectful. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we're not going to knock tourists anymore. We're done talking about tourists. We're going to move forward. And what are we going to do in this episode? Faders, we are going back to our roots. Got Faded Japan originally was about two dudes, booze, Japan in the news. But recently we kind of like, we've been doing kind of something new. We've been basically interviewing cool people who are doing awesome things in Japan. Which, by the way, if you're doing something awesome in Japan, please contact Got Faded Japan. Go to YouTube, go to Instagram, send us a message, and we'll get in contact with you and stuff. We'd love to have you on the show. Now, the thing is this, though. We are going back to our roots in this episode. We are going to read the news. Okay. So, and I'm thinking about like doing the news once a week and then interviewing a cool person that's doing something awesome in Japan once every 2 weeks or something. So yeah, I'm kind of playing with like this new format and stuff. Tom Tokyo's gone. He's out of the picture and stuff because he's doing the right thing. He's taking care of his family. He's taking care of his son. He's working at a new job. And so he's taking responsibility and stuff. And he just doesn't have much time to be on Got Faded Japan and stuff. Me, I've been doing this show since 2009. So, hey, man, there's no way I can stop at this point. So, but anyway, let's get into the news. We're not going to talk about tourists anymore. Okay. The tourist thing is done. All right. It's out of the system. Okay. All right. So let me just pull up our news. Here we go. Okay. And I think I'm going to do 5 stories. So our first story, flight from Tokyo diverted to Seattle after tourist tries to open exit doors. Son of a bitch. Okay, all right. We're going to talk about tourists just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, okay? Oh my God. All right. It's like herpes. You just can't avoid it. Herpes joke. I'm terrible. Okay, here we go. A flight from Tokyo to Houston was diverted to Seattle on Saturday after a passenger tried to open not one but two of the plane's exit doors, according to the FBI and a spokesperson for the Port of Seattle. Oh my God, this is like my biggest nightmare. Being on an airplane and then you've got a maniac running around trying to open all the doors. Oh my God. Oh geez. This guy, oh man, he is never flying again on what airline was it? ANA? Oh, yeah, yeah. This guy's totally banned from ANA. United, maybe he's okay. The crew and passengers restrained the person who was taken to a hospital for medical evaluation after landing. Yeah, this guy's obviously crazy. The FBI said in a statement, All Nippon Airways ANA Flight 114 was traveling from Japan's Haneda Airport to George Bush International Airport in Houston when it was diverted, quote, due to an unruly passenger, end quote, the airline said. Oh my God, what a nightmare. What would you do? What would you do if you're on an airplane and you see some maniac running up and down the aisles trying to open all the doors? Oh my gosh. I would be shitting bricks. I would be freaking out. Oh my God. I would be going crazy if I saw somebody trying to open those doors. And the thing is, what do you do? Because if you get involved, maybe you could get banned from flying too. They're like, oh, no, no, no. You should have just like let it happen or something. I don't know. Like when you get in on an airplane or like, no, no. Once you get into an airport and then on an airplane, you are cattle. You are cattle. You've got no mind. You've got no personnel. You just do what everybody says. They say, sir, stand over here. You say, yes. It's like the military. Sir, would you like chicken or beef? Beef. Just easy answers. Just be polite and just do what everybody says. Don't cause any trouble. Because you don't want to get in trouble in on an airplane. Oh my gosh, because they can take away all your rights. I mean, the thing is, could you imagine not being able to fly for the rest of your life? That means you're going to have to like take boats to Hawaii for vacation or something. It's just like, I mean, that could be kind of cool, to be honest, unless you're the Titanic. Holy smokes. That is insane. Absolutely insane. But oh my gosh, I would be freaking out if I saw this. Oh my gosh. I've been on airplanes where kids were playing on the doors once. I was a couple of rows back from like where the emergency door was, and there's parents that just don't care what their kids do. They're like, I don't care, whatever, and the kids just run wild and stuff. Oh God, I saw. Okay, since we're talking about tourists, I can bring it up again. All right, we're talking about tourists. Okay, this is the tourist episode, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, my wife and I, we were in a sushi restaurant up in Ebisu, right? And we're up there and we're eating sushi, and these tourists came in and stuff. There's this couple, and they had their kids. I have no idea why tourists bring little children to Japan. Listen, Japan is not a country for little kids, okay? If you're here and you have kids, yes, it's a country for kids. But bringing your kids here on vacation, your kids do not want to eat sushi every single day. Your kids do not care about sashimi. Your kids do not care about Shinjuku or Harajuku or any of this kind of stuff. Your kids only care about Disneyland. And guess what? There's Disneyland in Europe, there's Disneyland in Asia, outside of Japan, and there's two Disneylands in America, okay? Keep your kids at home. Get a babysitter. If you're rich enough to come to Japan, you're rich enough to hire a babysitter or get your neighbor, your grandma, or somebody like that to take care of your kids, but do not bring your kids here. Because my wife and I, we were at a no, it wasn't ramen, it was sushi. We're at a sushi restaurant, and this family came in with their kids, and they were obviously tourists and stuff, and the kids were running around and screaming and playing with the sushi and shit. And I'm just like, check, please. Check, please. Honey, we are done. I will cook. I will order food. I will pay whatever. We are done. And these kids are screaming and stuff. And it was late at night. I finished work. I was tired. I was exhausted. I just wanted to have a couple of beers, eat some sushi with my wife, talk about her day, which is super busy. We just wanted to chill out. And these kids were just acting like gremlins. Oh, my God. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Gremlins, great movie. Rewatched that movie. And yeah, okay. I don't want to talk about Gremlins. So we got the news. We got more than enough to talk about. Okay, moving forward. This is some good coffee. Yo, what's up, Faders? Got Faded Japan has got a new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Gamuso Bar, located in Asagaya, Tokyo. If you're kicking it in Tokyo and you want to get your groove on, get your fade on, you better get your ass down to Gamuso. Gamuso is located in Asagaya. It's about 11 minutes from Shinjuku Station on the Chuo line. Gamuso has weekly bands, weekly performances. And hell, if you got your own event and you want to hold it at Gamuso, we'd love to host you. So contact Gamuso at www.gamuso.com. That's www.gamuso.com. That's right, Gamuso has not only beers in the bottle, but beers on tap. We've got every drink you want, so come on down to Gamuso. Gamuso, and if I'm working, tip me.
Have your attention, please. Attention.
Hey, yo, what's up, Vaders? Johnny here. You know I love booze and news, but I also love art. So come on down to thespiltinc.com and check my art out. I've got tons of stuff there for you to check out. And I've got paintings, I got prints, I got videos. And I tell you what, if you like a painting, I could probably sell it to you. And I tell you what, if I can't sell you that painting, I will definitely sell you a print. I've got prints of all my work. Prints are about 2,000 yen each, about $20, but if you buy two, you get the third one for free. So come on down to thespiltinc.com. Yo, and on top of that, I'm looking for commissioned work. So if there's something that you want me to do, I can make it for you. Just check out my stuff and see if you like my style. And if you like my style, I can definitely paint you anything on canvas, paper, whatever. I've done it all. So come on down to thespiltinc.com. That is THESPILTINK.com. Thespiltink.com. Proper. Mitsuya Liquors. Yo, what's up, faders? If you're in Asia, if you're in Japan, if you're in Tokyo, if you're in Asagaya, you better get down to Mitsuya Liquors. That's right, for the most affordable prices in Japan, you can get over 300 different kinds of beer. That's right, over 300 different kinds of beer. And of course, they got all the shochu you need, all the sake you need, and of course, they got wine from California to Italy to France to New Zealand. They got it all. When I say they got it all, they really, seriously got it all. There's no joke about that. So get down to Mitsuya Liquors. And if you go in there and you say, Got Faded Japan, you will be more than welcome to go into their back room and drink those beers that you just purchased. That's right, Got Faded Japan at Mitsuya Liquors. And 3 times a week, they have a sushi chef there. So get your sushi on, get your drink on, get your fade on, and come on down to Mitsuya Liquors, located comfortably in Asagaya, about 5-minute walk from the station.
In Tokyo and craving soul food? We've got just the place for you. Soul Food House in Azabu-Juban. Check out what we do at soulfoodhouse.com. Come by and taste the love. We look forward to feeding you.
Are you in Harajuku with some out-of-town friends or your family or significant others? Yeah! Do you want to chill and drink beer and eat sandwiches while your friends overpay for glitter unicorn socks?
Yeah! And the flavor's gonna make you complete at Harry's Sandwich Company.
So come on down to Harry's Sandwich Company in the heart of Harajuku, right off Takeshita Street. See you there!
Here we go. Next story. Tokyo Customs makes what is believed to be Japan's largest bus of ketamine. Damn, ketamine. Wow. Now, faders, I got a question. Please mail me, call me, fax me, smoke singles, whatever. Is it pronounced ketamine or ketamine? Ketamine, the spelling Ketamine, ketamine, or is it ketamine? How do you say that? Ketamine. What's the street name? Do they call it K? Do they call it cat? Do they call it anime? Because it kind of looks like ANIME, you know, kind of. Yeah, I was doing anime all night. Anyway, I have no idea. Let's get into this story. Tokyo police and customs have made what is believed to be their biggest bust of the drug ketamine. Ketamine? Brought through Haneda Airport in 2 suitcases. God, 2 suitcases? I guess one just wasn't enough. On Friday, Tokyo custom officials said they have filed a criminal complaint against a French woman on suspicion of attempting to smuggle into Japan about 40 kilograms of ketamine in her luggage. Jeez Louise, 40 kilos? That's like how much I weigh. That's like bringing in a Johnny. A Johnny's worth of ketamine. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. 40 kilo. How much is a kilo? Oh, wait. I know how much a kilo is. When you buy sugar in Japan, you buy a kilo. It's like a big square like this. You buy a kilo of sugar. So 40 of those, oh my, that is so much sugar. Oh my God, you're gonna get diabetes. Don't buy that much sugar. And don't bring 40 kilos of ketamine into Japan. Oh my God, this lady is never gonna see the sun ever again. This lady is never getting out of prison, ever. Her life is over, like super over. Like her life is super duper over. Sayonara, key and lock, cling, bye bye. Oh my gosh. Moving forward, the suspect, whom the officials identified as a 21-year-old cook, she's a cook, apparently she's Breaking Bad, was detained at the Haneda Airport Customs after arriving on a flight from Germany in April, officials at Tokyo Customs said. The seized drugs had an estimated street value of about, wait for it, 920 million yen. 920 million yen. Oh my God. Okay, before the pandemic, when the yen and the dollar was equal, that's like 92. Is that $92 million? Is that right? Is it $9 million? It's got to be $9 million. So $9,200,000. Oh my God. This lady, 21 years old, and your life is over. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. You're going to be in solitary confinement for like the next 60 years. Oh my God. Bye. See you later. Oh my God, what a stupid move. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving forward, next story. Woman arrested after cutting off boyfriend's left ring finger so he can't marry another woman. Kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense, right? You cut off the ring finger, you just can't get married. You're like, oh, darn it. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he did it himself. He's like, I don't ever want to get married. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Didn't we have something similar in the United States? Was it the Bobbitt situation where like a woman was afraid her husband was cheating on her, so she cut off his Johnson? Oh my God. Whew. Jeez. Okay, here we go with the story. Police in Osaka, one of my favorite cities. Osaka. Aishiteru. Love you, Osaka. Police in Osaka have arrested an unemployed 23-year-old woman on suspicion of assault after she cut off her 21-year-old boyfriend's finger with a hatchet and one of his nipples with scissors. Oh my God. Oh my God. How do you cut off somebody's finger with a hatchet? I mean, this girl must have been huge, or this must have been like a little man or something. I mean, dude, hatchets are hatchets. I don't care where you go. Hatchets are sharp, they're big, and you got to have a lot of force to cut something with a hatchet, you know? Oh my God. And he's lucky that he only lost one finger with a hatchet, because I mean, a hatchet could take off your whole hand. Pow! Wachow! I mean, this is crazy. And then one of his nipples with a scissor. Why? I didn't want him breastfeeding either. I'm so stupid. Or this could just be some kind of freaky sex play thing, maybe it's something like that. According to police, the victim told that the woman, Sakisato, attacked him because, quote, she suspected me of cheating, and she cut off my ring finger so I couldn't marry another woman, end quote. Kind of makes sense, like I said. Sato has denied the charge and claimed the man cut off the finger himself, police said. He did it! It wasn't me! Then again, with a hatchet? With a hatchet? Holding somebody's hand and actually getting one finger off with a hatchet has got to be impossible. I mean, it's impossible, And I think maybe he might have done it, actually. Okay. Moving forward, the two are believed to have met on social media 2 years ago and have been living together since last July. The couple had 4 consultations with police regarding relationship trouble since then. Listen, if the police come to your house twice, I'll let one slide, but if the police come to your house twice because of like arguments or fighting or noise or any kind of domestic violence situation, call it quits. Call it quits. pack your bags, go up for a pack of cigarettes, and just don't come back. I mean, that's what you got to do. Because, I mean, after the cops come for the second time, you know you're doomed. The relationship is over. Goodbye, sayonara. Okay, moving forward, in January, Sato called police and said her boyfriend had gotten violent toward her after an argument about breaking up. I want to break up. Maybe sometimes it's best not to break up in person. Maybe using your phone and an email, or maybe a line message, a text, a fax. That's better. When police went to their apartment, they found the severed ring finger in a bottle of liquid in the refrigerator. Save it for later. Oh my goodness. I wonder if it was beer. They're all wasted, running around with hatchets and scissors and shit. Oh my god. They also found the man's bank book and smartphone in Sato's safe. Fatal attraction, faders. Fatal attraction. Okay, police said Sato had been charged with 3 counts of assault. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving to our next story. Yeah. Man arrested after skeletal remains of mother found under floor of home. Faders, I want you to stop the podcast right now and listen to Danzig's song, Mother, do you wanna bang heads with me? Oh my gosh, what a great song. What a great song. This article is not very great. Man arrested after skeletal remains of mother found under floor of home. Why would you do that? What's the point? I mean, I had 2 moms. I had a Mexican mom. Well, she's Mexican, so my Mexican mom, my mom, my birth mom and stuff. My Mexican mom passed away, God rest her soul. But I would, even though I loved both my moms very much, I would, once they pass away, it's time to let go, I guess. I don't know. This is too much for me. Police in Oita City have arrested a 57-year-old unemployed man on suspicion of abandoning the body of his mother by placing it under the floorboards at their home. According to police, Tadahiro Ono has admitted to placing his mother's body under the floor between October 19th and December 1st of last year. TBS reported the story. Mother! All right, take me to karaoke. I'm a blast. Ono lived with his 93-year-old mother. But in December last year, her relatives reported her as missing after not being able to contact her. When police searched Ono's home on May 15th, they found the remains of his mother. Okay, all right. Osaka, say hello to your original Norman Bates. Yes, this officially is Osaka's Norman Bates. Oh my gosh. I wonder, was it home or motel that this guy lived in? Oh boy. Oh gosh, these stories. I miss reading the news. I always read the news. I don't read American news all that much, or Western news, because it's just politics and hate. I love reading Japanese news because, it's interesting, and sometimes it's really bizarre. Speaking of, man arrested for voyeuristic filming 18 female colleagues in toilet. Oh my God. I just don't get this. I don't get this. I do not understand why people put cameras in toilets. This happens from time to time, and I just don't get it. Like, poops and farts is just so grotesque. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay. Should I tell this? Okay, I'll tell this story. Okay. I used to work at this sushi factory. That's what I'm calling it. All right. So I used to work at this place, and this one girl, she got hired as a secretary, and she was like 6 foot something tall, very good looking, very extremely attractive, wore very fashionable clothes, lots of rings with diamonds and stuff. Like, who knows? She was like, she should have been a model. She should have been a supermodel. I don't know why she was a secretary. I have no idea why. But anyway, everybody, all the guys and some of the girls had crushes on this girl. Everybody, like whenever there's like free time, guys would go up and talk to her and stuff, right? They'd be like on the thing like, hey, you want to give me a cup of coffee? Yeah, maybe we can go get a cup of coffee together. Hey. They're all like creepy, right? Everybody creeped down on this girl. And, and of course I thought she was very cute too, very pretty. And anyway, This one time I was taking a break and I was going to use the restroom, and I was checking my phone as I was walking and stuff, and then I looked up and she was right in front of me, about like maybe like a meter or so, and obviously she was going to the bathroom too, because there's like only like a men's bathroom and a women's bathroom, a little like break room area and stuff moving forward, and so anyway, she was walking, and I don't think she realized I was behind her. And anyway, she went over to like push open the women's door and stuff to go into the bathroom, and she farted, and it was like the worst nasty fart I've ever heard in my life. Like this extremely attractive, like she looked like Japanese Cindy Crawford, to be honest. Okay, and but the fart that she made, it sounded like Donald Duck being choked down, and he's like gasping for he's basically gasping for his last dying breath. It was like the most, I've never heard that kind of a sound come out of any living animal. And I heard that and I stopped, and then she went in, she still didn't see me, thank God. I mean, that would have made life really awkward. But anyway, so she went in, and I was just like, oh my God, women farts are really gross too. Oh my God, this is really, why? It was crazy. But anyway, yeah, farts, poop, all that kind of stuff. I am so out. I'm so out of it. No way. No way. That stuff. Just thinking about it, I start getting sick. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so anyway, once again, let me read the article. Title: Man arrested for voyeuristic filming 18. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking puke. Filming 18 female colleagues in toilet. Okay. Oh, oh God. Oh, jeez. Oof. Okay. Coffee time. Let's take a coffee break. I can read gore until the end of time. Poltergeists, monsters, zombies, all this stuff. I could read it, I could watch it, but once somebody starts pooping on somebody, I'm just like done. That's what really makes me sick. Okay. Police in Kyoto have arrested a 50-year-old male company employee on suspicion of voyeuristically. I didn't know that was a word. Voyeuristically filming 18 of his female colleagues by installing a miniature camera inside the women's toilet at their company. According to police, Norihisa Miyawaga, who lives in Uji City, Kyoto Prefecture, is accused of filming the women ranging from the ages 20 to 50. On January 23rd and January 24th, Sankai Shimbun reported the voyeurism came to light after one of the women spotted the miniature camera. Wouldn't it have been funny? It was like one of those old VHS cameras, and you had to come in like every hour and replace the VHS. That would have been funny. That's stupid too. Police examined the video, which included footage of Miyagawa installing the camera in the women's restroom. So he recorded himself installing the camera in the women's toilet. Oh my God. This guy is such a moron. This guy, a perverted, grotesque moron. But this guy better have a really, really, really good lawyer. I mean, this guy better have a lawyer that's similar to OJ's lawyer or something. Oh my God. Oh wait, that guy's dead. Oh, this guy's screwed too. Oh man, you're screwed, buddy. Police said Miyagawa had purchased multiple small cameras and are investigating whether he has committed similar offenses elsewhere. Yeah, I think anybody and everybody that's associated with this guy or goes to any of the restaurants or bars or any place where this guy goes, I would just scan it for bugs. Check the whole place for cameras. There's stuff you can buy on Amazon where you can check for cameras and check for microphones and stuff. Some people do that when they use Airbnbs often. They kind of what's it called? They debug the room. They sweep the room. I used to watch The Sopranos. But they sweep the room for cameras and microphones and stuff like that. But maybe when you go to the bathroom, you should do that. So, ladies, if you're going to use the bathroom at your office, yeah, definitely do a sweep because, there's perverts out there. Oh, my gosh. And I'm seeing that in people all over the world. Oh, my gosh. Okay, should we do one more story? Let's do one more story. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll here, mother. Dun, 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 dun. And if you want to bang heads with me. Okay, all right. Let's see. What I had people in this theft reporting. All right, theft, murder between you, shady party together. Okay. Here we go. Just messaging me, Tom. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's a fun one. Okay, I like the funny stories. All right. Ugh. I can only do one poop story per episode, okay? There's no way I'm gonna have like the whole poop episode or something. One story is good enough. Okay, because I saw another one. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna lose my lunch. Okay, moving forward to our last story. Ladies and gentlemen, faders, without further ado, man arrested for trespassing says he likes listening to people have sex. Maybe he's blind. If he's blind, that's how you get off, I guess. Police in Kurame, Fukuoka Prefecture, have arrested a 66-year-old man on suspicion of trespassing on the premises of a home. According to police reports, the residents of the house called 110 at around 11:58 p.m. on Saturday after spotting an unknown man in his garden. NTV reported prior to phoning the police, the resident had received a call from a neighbor who spotted the intruder in the man's garden. Now that's a good neighbor. That's a neighborhood Spider-Man. The neighbor subdued the man. This is a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The neighbor subdued the man as he was leaving the garden and held him until police arrived. Great neighbor. I want neighbors like that. Police said the intruder told them he trespassed into the people's houses because he liked hearing the sound of men and women having sex. Why doesn't this guy just like watch porno with like the video off or something? Or maybe that's crazy. This is crazy. This guy likes listening to people have sex. Dude, sex doesn't sound good. Sex never sounds. Nobody watches porn for the sound. You know when you're guys and you're hanging out at the bar and stuff, nobody talks about like a porno that has like the best soundtrack. Okay, that far from it, to be honest. This is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, and this is crazy. So this guy, the 66-year-old man, he was trespassing in a married couple's like garden, right? So he's trying to break into their house and listen to them have sex, dude. You should have known they're not having sex. They're married. They're married. We all know what happens once you get married. It's 6 months of fun time. And then after that, I mean, geez Louise. I mean, and that's universal all over the world. Oh my God, this dumb son of a bitch that's going to be spending a lot of time in jail. Well, that's it, faders. Thank you very much for enjoying this wonderful and most lucky episode of Got Faded Japan. Once again, this is episode number 777. Got faded. Okay, that's stupid. That's so dumb. That's retarded. Okay, sorry. Faders, once again, if you do want to support the show, go down to the show notes. We've got the Patreon. We're trying to get cameras and equipment so we can become more portable, more mobile. Oh my gosh. What is in this coffee? Caffeine. So yeah, we need equipment. So yeah, we're going to spend the money from Patreon on equipment. If you also want to support the show, but you don't want to support us on Patreon, go down to the SPILT Inc. That's also in the show notes. You can buy cool shirts. I think I have a couple of these left. Double check. I'll double check later and stuff. But there's tons of shirts, paintings, prints, all sorts of cool stuff there that helps us out, and that's going to make us bigger, better, and more Got Faded Japan. And without further ado, thank you very much. Stay classy and fade on. Peace.
My little brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy.
I've got a government job to abuse and a lonely wife to fuck.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
God, the pressure! I can't take it! I can't take it! I can't get to it!
You sure excuse me?
We're going freaking! We came, we saw, we kicked his ass!
Your move, creep.
Oh, man.
I will never forgive your ass for this shit. This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.